Also, let's just begin from there with yesterday's talks before we head to the pacts that we can see that is bound to affect this country, 1.7 trillion shillings as far as wage bill is concerned, especially for the public servants. Patrick, let's hear from you first. Looking at the editorial cartoons, we can begin with the cost of living. That is the major agenda as far as the talks are concerned, but I don't think they've allowed cost of living to be the main agenda.
The cost of living during elections is a good thing to have on your agenda. Mm-hmm. It appeals to almost everybody in the country. So when you talk about cost of living, you're talking about things that affect people at all levels in the country. Mm-hmm. But the reality in the world these days, over the last 10 to 15 years, the whole global economy is so interconnected. Mm-hmm. Especially with China coming up, India, places like that, that making a promise in a country that the production rate is not very high, right, and you're still dependent on the global economy to sort of supply a lot of things into your country, I think is a very risky situation to say the least. And I mean, if you remember the pronouncements post-election around the cost of hunger coming down and the cost of fuel coming down, etc., etc. And then eventually the removal of all the subsidies and everything going up the other way. I think the reality of managing the cost of living in a country is not an easy thing with this interconnectivity with the global players as it stands. And you can see, I mean, the cost of fuel. Saudi Arabia has, the OPEC has basically cut down production in order to sort of show up the prices. Yeah. Whereas because of the sanctions put on Russia, their oil was cheaper than everybody else in the world. Yeah. So these global things will hit us, and we've seen the cost of fuel in this country has not come down as much as people expected. Cost of food has not come down. Ukraine, Russia, still, and we're expecting this bump. Was it this month when the bumper harvest is supposed to happen?
Yes, beginning August, going down
August,
to
going down to whatever it is. Yeah, and it will be interesting to see whether the cost of hunger will actually go down in that period of time. It may be a very short-lived thing, because the cycle of availability of maize in this country is such that, yes, when the harvest happens, it's a little bit more available, but a lot of the large producers do not put their product on the market at this price because they know that come December, thereabouts, whatever, the price is going to go up. Yeah, because of there's a structural shortage of maize in the country. Yeah, so this whole issue of predicting that the price of food will go down, yes, it will dip down, but the long-term price is not going to go down that significantly.
So it's just going to be a blip because this is a fleeting cloud.
Yeah,
we cannot really stock our hopes on the prices really going down because of a bumper harvest. What really happens afterwards when we've consumed all that particular harvest? Let's just hear from. But the issue of when you talk about the cost of living and the fuel prices, we have EPRA, which has been summoned to the courts as well regarding their move not to really, align with the directives from the courts. They went full steam ahead and maintained the particular price or the VAT at 16%.
Yeah.
So do you think there will be any discernible difference that it will make them appearing in court, knowing that also this law, it's being applied retrospectively?
I think the price will not change. This is just somebody getting a rap on the hand for not behaving at the time and going ahead and and increasing the price. Yeah, so it's a rap on the hand, rather than the price going to change. I don't think because the law, the freeze on the act has been lifted, so they can continue.